What is FERA? The only federation of European film directors founded in 1980, speaking for more than 20,000 professionals. We are storytellers. Kieślowski said about his work, "It is difficult to live in an undescribed world." Fellini went further. He wrote about being old, but he said that the sorrow of this, as well as fear and guilt, all the darkness, changed for him to a source for his work, a good source. Quote, "Thank you, God, that I can experience this as a creative person. I think I came to the earth just to describe this for other people." How lucky we are, we members of FERA, we directors of Europe, that we in more than 40 years can meet and listen to and reflect on the past and explore what filmmaking means. Reflect today on our own individual vision, even beyond this virus crisis. I'm often asked if making movies is a luxury in a world like ours, with so much violence and hunger and innocent victims. And my answer is always no. We know that the images of the movies, the live pictures from the most gifted directors, creators, will fill people with the truth and recognition of who we are and why we are. Rilke said, "Go within and seal the depths of your being, from which your life springs forth." Thus, we as storytellers, we must also have great goals, so that our profession never will be poorer and flat and empty, without position. We must never forget that this work is one of privilege. What an enormous possibility has been given us. Fellini said, "From the day I started my life as a film director, it has for me been the same as making one only film. Time has stood still. I feel as if this has been only once and the same day, all the time." You know that we are the descendants of the ancient storytellers who illustrated their tales with rock paintings in caves, the need, the urge to convey something worthwhile about being a human being. To be a storyteller, finding one's way into our fantasy, helping us to see, and not only ourselves. See ourselves as part of this earth, of the whole universe. See man's inhumanity to man, man's love for man. The films that changed us, the words, the images, and those directors that created them. Once in Russia, many years ago, Tarkovsky took me to their film archive in Moscow, and I sat behind him, behind Tarkovsky, And he turned and smiled to me. And when the light dimmed and the wonder of an old film he wanted to show me appeared on the screen, I was brought into the magic of him and an old movie that he loved. I had this master, Tarkovsky, in front of me who wanted to share what he could not say. And the position of his neck and his shoulders made it clear that he is watching hard and hungrily, locked in a visual, communicating time with a moving picture before him. This was my only talk with Tarkovsky. But what a talk. And today, I want to thank FERA as the speaker for us, film workers, in front of national and executive authorities like EU and United States, demonstrating the place of culture in our social community, stating our professional rights and our economical rights, and our importance in political and social questions. FERA can and will help assistance and asylum for the children in Greece's Moria camp, support the opposition in Belarus, free imprisoned opposition filmmakers in Russia and Iran. FERA, working for the free cultural film industry, not only as an economic motivated entertainment industry, but also for the dignity of the vulnerable. Give the minorities the right of speech and right of equal position. Rilke wrote, perhaps everything terrible is in its deepest being something helpless that wants help from us. My memory, like 40 years ago, in a desert of Somalia, refugees, a little boy, 5 years old, he suddenly took my finger, came there close to me, holding on to my fingers, and we walked a little while, and then he let go of my fingers and he continued slowly away from me, and he was so thin and his behind was wrinkly like an old man, and I knew that this little one would soon lie down in the desert sand and die. He has always been with me, and that's my story. Nothing that I've ever done has not been part of the impression he gave to me. We are not witnesses only. We are participants. We filmmakers, storytellers, can make it possible in our often cold and technical and digital world of statistics and quota to be touched, to recognize. There are no the others in our world. On a stone of memory in Hiroshima, there is an inscription. We know 100 times more than we need to know. What we lack is the ability to be moved from what we see. Listen, understand, hear, and believe, and share. And that's what FERA is about. Thank you.